How safe do you think the Kurds will be once we leave, with Erdogan not? How much do you trust what Erdogan is saying?
And I think that's a great question, because the one thing we have that hasn't come up here. Who'd like to address that?
Well, so the Kurds right now, I think will start trying to negotiate for their own security. They'll start talking with the Assad regime. The advantage that they have is, for all the talk of the Turks moving into Syria and going all the way down to the Merv, logistically it would be very hard for them to move roughly 200 miles down and carry out the kinds of operations that they promised the U.S. that they could do. I mean, they've had problems getting over the border just logistically. And I think there has been a real effort to mitigate as much as it can, the United States has, the risk to the Kurds. It's why you're hearing that the United States will continue to do strikes if necessary. It's why the French will still be there. It's why there's even talk of having U.S. forces go back and forth into Iraq, that there's some effort to try to mitigate that risk. And I also think the Kurds are trying to reach their own deals with forces on the ground. And so the short answer is, I don't know. I do think that there's a serious effort being made, though, to contain the aspirations of those in Turkey who want to use this as an opportunity to move in and take out what they see as a terrorist threat. I just think, but it's sort of an ongoing issue in terms of how that's going to resolve itself, in part because I think Turkey's still working out what it's going to do. The U.S. is working out what it can do to support, and the Kurds are still trying to work out what agreements it can make on the ground to address the possible threats to them.